Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 2. Now, I'm going to go north. There's a heavy stone sign by the road. Castle 60 miles east, Patrick's Tower 130 miles north, Diamond 80 miles west. Okay. Meet a group of ragged refugees. There's 12 of them, mostly men, all very tired and hungry. They shuffle forward, ice the ground, and try to avoid you. Talk to them. You speak with them for a while. They seem reluctant to talk to an Avernum, and you soon know why. They're refugees from the Abyss. The Abyss was where the Avernum sent people who were petty criminals or too rebellious to fit in. When the Empire invaded Avernum, the Abyss was the first place to fall, and the people who escaped alive went to Avernum, where they weren't at all welcome. One man speaks with you, while the others hang back. Now we're poor and wandering around. We don't want to depend on you, Avernum people's mercy, but we've got no choice. You spare a few coins. You know there's a colony of Abyss refugees to the east of here. The man seems surprised. Clearly you haven't heard about the refugee camp. Our own kind, together, that sounds a lot better than wandering around. Thanks for telling us. Feeling a touch of hope after the rest of you start marching east as fast as their exhaustion allows. Yeah. Fort Emerald. Blosk. Blosk is a major stop on the Avernum's main trade route, and these merchants are taking advantage of it. Looking at their goods tells you they've been horse trading, or lizard trading with wanderers from all over. They'll sell you some of their goods. The prices aren't cheap, but the selection is always interesting. Let's move on. Nice. There's a heavy barricade barring this route, guarded by a powerful looking garrison of stiffs, hundreds of them with plenty of magic. They nod at you politely as they let you pass, but wary of speaking with you. Make your way along this steep slope which leads up to a broad plateau. The normally humid air in Avernum is exceptionally hot and moist, and there's a rich, overwhelming sulphur smell. There's a fumarole at the top of the plateau here. There's wood geyser spouting sulphurous steam. The ground is caked with yellow mineral deposits. Not a pleasant place. Your eyes start to water. In the middle of this hellish sulphurous landscape you have found a small cosy hut. There's a garden of sickly mushrooms in front. Let's knock on the door. After a pause, the door is opened by a woman in black robes. She's not very old, but her hair is snowy white. She has a sickly white skin of one who spent most of her life in the underworld. She smiles and says, "Welcome, would you like to come in?" She seems friendly, but it could be a trap. Let's walk inside. She lets you in. "Welcome, travellers, I have heard of you. Roan of the castle has told me of your deeds. I am Silverlock. I live up here so I can watch the plains below and work in peace." She makes you fungus here and to talk. You tell her of your travels and of the Vanati, and she tells you how she makes wonderful potions with an amazing variety of powers. With your tea finished, you get up to leave. Silverlock says, "Before you go, would you like to purchase some of my potions?" Silverlock begins to pull out boxes of potions, but then she stops to think, "My potions are very powerful and rare," she said apologetically. "I wouldn't sell them to anyone who I wasn't convinced was the highest characters. Perhaps you should go and do a bit more. If additional word of your good deeds reaches me, I'll be happy to help you." So I've not quite got the reputation for that. Let's go to Fort Emerald. Small shrine has been placed at the base of the wall. It is surrounded by small monitor offerings, both in memory of the soldiers and friends lost in supplication for a safe future. A long crude barricade has been erected to either side of this fort in case a flanking attack comes in over the water. Small openings have been placed in the barrier with deadfalls suspended near them so they can be closed quickly in an attack. The short stairway leads up to the ramparts of the fort. Pots of boiling oil are kept here at all times. In case of an attack, they can easily be poured in the passage below. You find a stout covered lever emerging from a slot in the floor. It's set all the way to one side. Pull the lever. Pull the lever. The central portcullis to the passage below opens. You meet a young merchant wearing rough clothes and an equally rough expression. He nods briefly to you. "Call me Teresa. What do you want?" "Why are you upset?" "I fell for someone I shouldn't, a soldier here named Brian, and now he's hurt, wounded, and the priest here can't do anything for him. I can't help him, nobody can. He's driving me mad." Closes her mouth, embarrassed that she said so much. "We're looking for information mostly. I'm a merchant here and I'm waiting for my current shipment to be approved so I can head out." "What's in your shipment?" 400 pounds of iron rats for Fort Emerald, then on to Darman. She speaks the word Darman with a great lack of enthusiasm. Not looking forward to Darman, then? Yeah, Darman is the westernmost city on Avernum, and the city nearest to where all the real bloodshed is going on. I've got to take a load there, and then I'm getting back east where it's safe. Nowhere is safe from the Empire. Well, safer anyway. That's right, have a nice day. We got a quest. What was the quest? Help wounded soldier. In this cramped, concealed back room, you find a small smell. The rank smell and claw marks to the walls and foot indicate that whether open, a weapon is being stored here. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Fire lizard. You meet the captain of the Avernum army. When he sees you, he walks over to greet you. Welcome to our fort, adventurers. I am Captain Schnitzius. Nice to see new faces, especially when they're adventurers. We can always use adventurers. Thanks. Busy? I'm preparing another raid. That's what I do mainly. Tell us about the raids. We're all fighting the army of Limoncelli here. He's a very nasty and cunning Empire commander. Soon, I'll be off on another raid to try and penetrate his defences. I'm not optimistic. Where is Limoncelli's army? It lives in Fort Dotha on an island to the northeast and runs all his raids from there. We're just trying to find a way to get at him. He pauses and continues grimly. Of course, even if we did reach him, he's an unusual warrior. In what way? I don't know how much of this is rumours and how much is fact, but he's magical. He's fast. He moves faster than a hasted person, and he's that way all the time. I don't know how he got that way, but let me tell you, he don't make me too happy about the idea of fighting him. Okay, wait a minute. Another. Do you need any jobs done? Yes, 1,000 times yes. If you could kill Limoncelli, I would give you a real reward. We keep sending out raids, but we never get him. If you're interested, speak with General Landron. He's on the West Wall. What sort of reward would you give us for killing Limoncelli? Well, one of the hardest spells to learn, as I understand it, is Dispel Barrier. If you could help us with this little task, I'm sure General Landron would see it clear to get this valuable and much in demand spell. Okay. There's only one warrior in this infirmary sitting in the back. He's horribly wounded. This man has taken a nasty wound recently. His ribs are wrapped in a broad gauze bandage, and you see that the blood is slowly starting to seep through. He looks at you and groans. I'm Brian. What do you want? How'd you end up like this? He starts to see how wincing in pain lies down. I was doing some recon, that's how I ended up this way. Recon? Reconnaissance. Spying. Watching the enemy. Real risky. He winces in pain. See, my patrol was up on a boat trip. Up northeast. When we landed, we got ambushed. Ambushed by who? Empire soldiers. They're all dead now, but one of them got me across the ribs with his sword. I'll be okay, I hope. Better off than him anyway. He touches the bandage and then winces. And you know what burns my butt? When I say what I saw on recon and nobody believes me. Nobody. What did you see? Yeah. See, we brushed near Lemoncelli's fort to make a look, and I saw a bunch of those tall, skinny, weird guys landing in a boat. Those weird guys with the barriers, what are they called? Vane? Yeah, those freaks. I saw a bunch of them talking with Lemoncelli's troops right outside his fort. I don't know why they'd be there, but I don't trust them. How are you doing? Coughed savagely, so he said, I'm not getting better. The priests here just aren't strong enough to help. I try and pull through though, but well, he closed his eyes. Use grey myself to heal Brian. Brian winces. You apply the grey myself to his wounds, but he doesn't object. Sure enough, the legendary healing power of this concoction starts to work. His pain decreases, his breathing becomes smooth, and his colour returns to his cheeks. Wow, he says. This stuff is great. I think I'll be able to return to the field in no time. Thanks. We healed Brian for you. He should be better now. Teresa looks at him even angrier. I know, and he's already wanting to go out and fight again. I think this time I'll lose him for sure. Head drops her chest. I'm sorry, I appreciate what you did. I know we need to fight for Avernum, but it makes me angry sometimes. I just want a little time to be happy. You made it possible, but I don't see it happening for a long time. How is Brian doing now? Getting better, faster, and ready to go out and get killed. Why am I bothering with a soldier? I'm a fool. I really appreciate what you did, but it's difficult. This woman is staring intently over the barricade, watching carefully for attackers. She's wearing mage's robes and seems to be ready to fling a spell at anyone. She nods when you approach, not looking away from the blasted ground outside. I am Silverio. What are you looking for? She makes a soft shuffling, quiet. I'm watching for an attack. Is an attack imminent? She speaks quickly and quietly, never override. That's just it. We don't know. We never know. We all take shift watching for Empire raids. They can conceal themselves magically. They can appear in seconds, throw a few balls of fire and get away. We then have little time to strike back. How did you repair the walls? We have to plug any holes in the walls with magic barriers before any attackers can climb through them. The barriers are our most powerful defence. How so? Even when the enemy smashes a hole in the defences, we can plug it up right away. Without that ability, this fort would have fallen long ago. Thank you for talking to me. A strong-weathered man stares intently out of the window, watching for movement. He wears the insignia of a general. As he speaks, he doesn't look away from the window. I am General Landrin. Welcome to my forts. Are you the field commander out here? He nods, not looking away from the uncontrolled territory to the north. Yes, I lead all the troops in this area. Oh, really? Not just the fort? All of Vernice forces within 50 miles get their order from this fort. My fort. He smiles briefly, replied, but doesn't stop watching the window. And my responsibility. We face a difficult enemy. Who is your enemy? I am fighting Lemoncelli of Fort Delphi. He is the Empire commander and a deadly vicious warrior, my sworn enemy. If any adventurers were willing to undertake a mission to deal with this menace, I would reward them. We will undertake the mission to Fort Delphi for you. Can you give us any more details? I want you to kill Lemoncelli, find a way to Fort Delphi, get in and slay him. Do it, and not only will I give you a promotion, but you'll get one of my mages to give you the Dispel Barrier spell, and that ain't easy to get. What do you know about this Lemoncelli? Lemoncelli is my opposite number. He's the commander of the enemy in his area. He lives in Fort Delphi, a huge fort on an island to the southwest where the Sith Lord Sthus used to live, and he's really, really smart. It's been all we could do to keep him from destroying us, but we'll beat him yet. That's what I want to know. Okay. Now we know where used to live. island in the middle to the north. This chilly chamber is where the bodies of Avernum soldiers are kept for being buried. Their weapons have been laid reverently at their feet, and pieces of fabric embroidered with the sun symbol have been placed on their faces. So maybe not in there then. Chamber of the Crystal. Meet a priest in white robes. He's staring into a large green crystal and meditating. Is a middle-aged man with very sparse hair. I'm Buck. Welcome to the fort. What are you doing? I'm doing my meditations, and then I'll return to my healing. How do you meditate? He points at the green crystal which dominates the room. We don't know where it came from when we made it, but it regenerates our magical power very quickly. You should try it. It's a wonderful sensation. It's an amazing crystal. We wish we knew who made it. It's very strange, sometimes so. The crystal looks like it was made by the Venati. Was it? He thinks, interesting, frightening. We'll keep using it, but I think we'll be a lot more careful about it. How is it strange? He looks nervous. I don't like to talk about it, and people laugh at me for saying, but sometimes when I feel the energy of the crystal, it's almost like it's trying to talk to me. He smiles nervously. Just the stress of the war, I'm sure. Say to you. See a minuscule woman in loose clothes sits cross-legged on a chair, staring at the glowing green crystal. Her gaze flickers up to you for a moment. I am Tessa. What brings you here, strangers? What are you doing? Preparing for my next raid. Move fast, strike hard, that sort of thing. We're heading north. Where do you raid? There's an Empire fort being built to the north, then a ways to the northwest. A ways on the other side of this huge rubble-strewn cave. We're trying to disrupt things and maybe come up with a pass. Maybe. What pass? We're trying to get our hands on a blue pass, you know. The passes the Empire folk use to get to places. They've been having lots of supplies shipped into a new fort, so we think they must have some passes there. She focuses into the crystal, but it's very dangerous, and I need all the power I can get. Do you think you can stop them? Nah, we can't keep them from building a fortress that far back, but we can certainly slow things down, harass them, you know. Thank you. What is the crystal? The crystal is an emerald. Okay. Barracks. For emerald. Okay. So that's 4 emeralds. Okay, let's go. So that's for Emerald. Let's go visit Nass. Meet a tall, dignified Sliff. She bows in greeting. You greet her. She speaks with a deep, sibilant voice. I am a Sopho of the Sliff Cirque. Welcome to Nass. She bears a large 200. Are you busy? We wish to speak with you. She slowly shakes her head. I have been looking after and aiding the refugees that have been fleeing here. Refugees from where? The Empire is moving from Sliff village to Sliff village, killing all their people they find. A few of them, the lucky ones, make their way here. The rest end up in Meth's graves. What do you do with the refugees? Here we can arm them and help them fight. They will at least have the luck of dying fighting for their freedom rather than end up in the ground. That sounds horrendous. Yes, as hard as you humans find it to believe, the Empire is killing all of us, every last one. One day we'll be able to prove it to you, although we hope it happens before we are all gone. What if we could find that evidence for you? That would help me argue for justice and help for the Sliff peoples. I would wish you'd tell me of a place where the Sliffs were massacred. Where should we look? Most of the Sliff villages were northeast of here. Look for a sign of a Sliff village destroyed by the Empire. I could then spread the word of the massacre and people would know what the Empire does to us. Thanks, that's all I wanted. This slender stone bridge leads to an island out in the lake. You can see a large white statue on it. From here you can see the white statue is a centerpiece of a small open-air shrine. There's a shallow depression in the cave floor at the bottom of the tile basin lined with paving stones are filled with several inches of crystal clear water. Let's touch the water. You gently skim your fingers over the surface of the water. Nothing happens. Let's drink some of the water. Drink some of the water. It was cool and refreshing. Holy Shrine of the settlement of Nass. It is dominated by a huge marble statue of a Sliff female, towering above you with open arms. The statue radiates an aura of tranquility. Let's pray at the altar. You pay brief homage to the god of the Sliffs. After a short time you start to feel very uncomfortable. You back away. Its low ceiling dome contains the village's greatest treasure, the pools in which sliff eggs hatch, and in which the sliff children grow until they gain the ability to breathe out of water. All the tiny sliffs watch you in fascination. Meet nature's sliff. Green scales faded. He is sitting at his table, weary and half-slumped over. He nods solemnly to you. I am Pathas. He is wearing a holy charm, the symbol of a sliff priest. May I ask what occupation you hold? I am the priest for this village. It is a great labour. I didn't realise that sliffs had priests. Yes, we sliffs are a religious people. Why is it such a labour? We worship our gods, kind gods, as best as we can. Many of our brethren in these caves worship dark gods of war and blood. We do not. It saddens us, for they possess our only charm. Your holy charm was stolen. People in these caves have our holy artifact. It was an amber charm of a lizard, ancient and very valuable to us. We are sure some of our people in these caves have it. Return it and we will reward you. There is a ritual I can give to help you. Any guess with the sliffs where the charm might be? If you're the evil sliffs of the set, the ones leaders remain. If you find a nest of them, search it well. There it may be. Can you teach me the ritual I need to find the charm? Might as a very chance and repeat several times. When you stand in a place where the charm may be hidden, mutter this charm and it will hum in response to you. This charm is the only chanting stone in these caves. Where's the chanting stone? A wondrous item. It takes our chants into itself and echoes them back to us, purifies and strengthens our prayers. That's all for now. Okay, more quests. Recover Sliff Charm. Massacre, kill Lemon Seti. Okay. Book on Sliff Holy Ritual. Skimming it, you find something interesting. It mentions that many Sliff have 3 pools of water nearby. It is traditional to lightly touch each pool before approaching the altar. Let's do this properly then. For people unaccustomed to building things, Sliffs have done a good job here. The stone structure holds as good a forge as you've seen in Avernum. It takes the smith of a great skill to create one of the powerful Sliff Sericate 2-tine spheres. A massive sliff emerges from the smoky haze that fills this long, low building. Huge muscles ripple under his leathery skin, and a huge hammers hang from his belt. He nods when you approach, evaluating your weapons with a quick look. I am Orlo. What are you working on? He grabs a newly made steel 2-tine sphere from the wall and holds it out for your inspection. I forge weapons to fight the Empire. Impressive weapon. Gives you a tooth again and twirls the heavy swivel sphere effortlessly. Yes, the additional spears of the Sliffs, the weapons we've used since times lost. Shows you the beautiful weapon reverently. In the name of peace, we have been letting some humans buy our weapons. Just ask. You fight the Empire. His face is expressionless, but his eyes glow with fire. I make my weapons to slay those of the Empire. They have no other purpose. Can I purchase some weaponry from you? Ooh. Fine Sliff spear. Slipsphere, fine slipsphere, okay. This stone dome is filled with deep pools, each teeming with scads of small fish. The Slips have constructed a hatchery here, so they can always have a supply of their favourite sorts of fish. I like what you've done there. Okay, so that's Nas. Two tiny fishing villages on this island. One is populated mainly by humans. The other is settled by Slips. They mostly seem to themselves, but the relations to them are clearly cordial. Okay. So I'm going to leave it here. This has been Vane doing Let's Play Avernum 2. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.